Family Feud Deluxe Edition for the 3DO brings you over 4,000 new survey questions taken right from the hit television show. Play alone or with up to 9 friends. Full motion video families battle against each other in the fully rendered Family Feud studio. After the host's digitized voice reads the answers, ring in to guess the top survey responses from people across the country. Why that's the back of the box for the Super Nintendo version for Family Feud, I don't know. Blame Imagineering Inc. or GameTech. They released this in 1993 as part of that Family Feud franchise. And good old GameTech, bringing us home video game versions of, television game shows. For decades, GameTech has been. We have, let's see, Family Feud video game series. GameTech, here we go. Versions that followed use the Combs set. I guess that was the host, right? Following the NES version, and the SNES and Genesis version using a host resembling Combs. What's his first name? Ray. This was, I guess, I don't know. And the 3DO and PC versions featuring a host resembling Dawson. Mike Dawson? Could it be? No, it's Richard, as he'd returned to the series by this point. Later versions added options where the player could play a game without facing an opponent and whether or not they wanted to play the bullseye round, which had been added to the show in 1992 and was included in later releases. The bullseye round was played as it was during the last 2 seasons of the Combs Feud era, where a $5,000 starting bank was used and up to $15,000 could be added depending on how many questions you answered correctly. The latter version, games played for points instead of dollars, with 300 winning the game. After a win, the player received a code to use if they wanted to stop playing but pick up where they left off. 5 wins meant automatic retirement regardless of how much money you'd won. Next Gen reviewed the 3DO version, giving it 3 stars out of 5, saying it's a blast if you have a bunch of folks with whom to play. However, in the final analysis, whether or not you like it probably depends on whether or not you like the television show. That's really it. There's not any reception data or anything, just because there are so many of these. There's share data versions for the Apple II and Commodore. We have GameTech versions for the NES, the Genesis, the SNES, and the 3DO. There's a PC and PlayStation version. There's a PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance version. There's a Wii, DS, and PC version of a later one. There's a mobile version. And there's also a Family Feud 2012 for the Wii and Xbox 360. It's Family Feud. What do you want to know? It kind of works. It's kind of a good party game like all these GameTech games are. Somewhere on the internet, it was He Is an Evil Genius and Daspari Scupo, who did the Mario TKO ROM hack. They've got a video where they've kind of fiddled with the sounds of this, and I think actually figured out the algorithm that tracks to see if you got an answer right or not. So it was something like, as long as you got the first 3 and the last 2 letters right, something like that, you could put in absolutely anything, just so long as the first and last letters matched. Look it up. It's kind of interesting.